Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Mr. Middlepath. I've officially broke my fast for today, alhamdulillah. Ate a little bit, not too much, had some Gatorade, Fox is chilling on my lap, and just want to give everyone an update for the vlog. Remember before, 2 days ago, I was talking about how I felt like this was the worst Ramadan ever because I wasn't able to get into the Ramadan mood and to progress in any of the things I wanted to progress in. I changed my mind. This could be one of the best Ramadans ever. And when I said that I started to do more dhikr and I was like, let me just do something very simple and very easy and try and implement that in my life. As simple as saying subhanallah or alhamdulillah or making istighfar while I was driving or while I was working. And I started doing that. And it's been a few days, but subhanallah, I felt a big difference from that. And I wanted to share that difference with you guys. So first of all, it's actually not easy. It's kind of hard to do it, not in an absent-minded way, but to do it and to focus, because you kind of wander off while you're making dhikr, and then you just think about something else, and before you know it, you stop doing dhikr. It's kind of like if you guys have, well, I'm sure most of you who have watched this video have prayed, but imagine you're praying salah, and you're like, Allahu Akbar, and you're in the prayer, and then you're thinking to yourself, wow, I'm actually focusing in the prayer. And then you think about how you're focusing in the prayer, so you stop focusing in the prayer because you thought about how you were focusing on it. Does that make sense? If that makes sense. So basically, when you think about, oh man, I'm doing dhikr, subhanAllah, I feel like I'm so close to Allah, and then you get these ideas, good ideas, or ideas about the future, or other things you want to do, and then before you know it, you stop doing the dhikr. Kind of like the example I gave you, pray, and you think, oh subhanAllah, I feel so close to Allah, and you start thinking about things, and then you stop focusing on the prayer because your mind wandered off. So that happens with me a lot. Then again, I'm kind of like an ADHD type person, so that might not happen with you guys, but it happened with me a lot. I have to bring myself back in. And then if I felt like I was getting, not bored of a certain dhikr, but if I found that my mind was wandering off a lot during doing a certain type of dhikr, I'd switch it. So from making hamd to making istighfar. That way my mind was always fresh. And I'd think about things that I was thankful for, or I'd think about things I was making istighfar for. For example, if I was driving by and there was particularly beautiful scenery, I might switch what I'm doing and say subhanAllah instead. Subhanallah alhamdulillah, subhanallah al-azim. I'm going to give a shout out to one of the subscribers to my channel, Rewarded with Iman, gave some very good advice, and I will copy paste his comment in the comments below so that you can read the advice. It's specifically about making dhikr and certain things that we can implement. What's the best dhikr, what to do on certain days. So for example, Friday we give salawat on the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, and so forth. There are certain things that we can do that are beloved to Allah, certain adhkar that are very strong and the amount of reward that you get for saying them. So it's been good, and subhanAllah, the more I do dhikr, the more I like, it's interesting because I get good ideas, I start to come to certain realizations, and I try not to focus on these good ideas and these realizations, because then I stop doing the dhikr because I'm focusing on, oh, just got a great idea. So it's kind of like you go in and you go out, but it takes effort. So I find myself able to do it for part of the day, but it gets hard to do dhikr the whole day because naturally your mind wanders off. You start thinking about other things, or you want to do things, or you're planning the rest of your day, or you're planning the rest of your week. But it's a good change. It feels a lot better than just listening to the news, because I used to drive and I just used to listen to the news, but that used to drain me. It just becomes noise after a while, and you're just like, I want to hear this stuff. All they keep talking about is the same thing over and over. And I have my own problems with certain news stations and how they report information, and how I don't think it's unbiased. But that's not the point. The point is that I wanted to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know it's late. It's like the last 10 days of Ramadan. Why didn't I start doing all this dhikr the first 20 days of Ramadan? But you know what, guys? It's the end of times, time of fitna. I'll take whatever positive benefit I can get. And subhanAllah, I'm actually starting to feel that this is something that I can do even after Ramadan is over. This is something I can implement in my life. And I know that this type of activity adds more barakah in our lives, and it will bleed over into everything else in my life, inshallah. And I'm already feeling the difference. Like, I'm already starting to see the difference in how when I come home, my mood is different. When I'm working, my mood is different. I'm less tired. Like, yes, I'm tired physically, but I'm not mentally drained. Whereas before I used to do dhikr, I'd feel like I was a little bit more mentally drained because, listening to the news or just not listening to anything and just having your thoughts go on and you're just thinking can wear you out. But the dhikr actually I feel like it, despite the fact that it takes effort to do dhikr, I felt personally like it gives you energy, So these were just my thoughts and my reflections. I wanted to share it with all of you guys. Getting very close to the end of Ramadan, so I'm going to focus more on making dua and making dhikr. Easy things that I can make sure that I can do, inshallah. And Fox, say assalamu alaikum to the subscribers. Assalamu alaikum. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys. Inshallah, if I think of something else, I'll make another video. Let me know how you guys are all doing, how your Ramadan is going. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And that's all I gotta say. Take care, peace out. Assalamu alaikum.